Alright everybody, this is kind of a maiden, not a maiden voyage, but a maiden YouTube milestone for me, recording with my actual camera, my Canon T2i, and doing a little range test on my Spark with the master air screw props, and I have a Tozo parabolic dish set up on my controller, no OTG cable, running an iPhone SE, old dog. It's equivalent to a 6S, but we'll do a little distance test here. I'm taking off 95% battery, so we'll see how far we can get. Hope you enjoy. Had to start my screen recording there, everyone. I know I'm a bit shaky. Sorry about all that. Well, I'm going to put her in sport mode. Start recording. And see how it turns out. I've done a few range tests before, but I've never really recorded them. And I found that in sport mode, but not pushing full stick, just about 32% power. I'm going to take it up to about 300 feet. Now we're at 308. I'll push it forward just to go a little over 20 miles an hour. I like to try to average around 25. You'll be able to see by my screen recording that I'm on the 5.8 gigahertz channel. That's just the auto. For some reason today the KP index is a little high. I only have 11 satellites, but it's got good GPS lock. And I'm doing this over completely open farmland, so there's no chance of hurting anyone. Probably no chance of finding it if I happen to lose it. It's just a beautiful day with very little wind. It's light and variable, under 5 miles an hour. Beautiful puffy clouds in the sky, as you can see on the screen right now. Just a great day to get out and enjoy the fresh air. Fly my drones. In the bottom left of my screen recording, you'll notice I'm doing around 30% power in sport mode, and I maintain 26 miles an hour. I find that kind of helps with the longevity of the battery. Yeah, we already crossed a mile, so I only have 2 bars of signal on my FPV reception. I'm going to take him up to about 350 feet. That usually helps the signal. I've had no FPV dropout or freeze up or lag. Oh, we just had our first dropout at a little over 7,000 feet. I'm going to jack it up to about 380 feet. We want to stay legal. And I've logged almost 80 flights on my Spark, so I know what it's capable of for me in my rural area. I know it's going to depend greatly upon where you're flying. Right there I got no image
Battery
transmission.
level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
I'm going to cancel the automatic return to home. We're going to keep going forward. I have my video signal. I adjusted my antenna just a little bit. Run her to 55% and then I'll turn around. We're over 2 miles now. Okay, stopping at 11,314 feet. I'm going to hit the return to home so it gets me back in the right direction.
Go home.
Go home.
You'll see the props in there a little bit because it took off for home. I am going to cancel return to home because I don't like how slow they return home. And I don't want to make you listen to the beeping for the next couple minutes. Same thing on the return home in sport mode. I'm going to keep it in the 30 to 35 percentile range on the power meter in the bottom left. And that runs me about 26 miles an hour, 27. I'll bring my camera down a little bit or you can't see anything because now we're facing the sun. That's better. If you noticed, we had very good video transmission signal, and I am out in the open here, and I think the only reason I dropped it all today, there are some trees off in the distance, and the farther off in the distance the Spark is from the controller, the line of sight from, or the connection between the controller and the Spark, the angle changes greatly from a distance. So I was probably aiming at trees that are probably about a quarter of a mile away from me, but with him being 2 miles out, that's a heck of an angle. I got my Spark November 18th of 2018. Or no, I'm sorry, September 18th of 2018. So I'm coming up on a year of owning it, and I'll tell you, it's been a beautiful little machine. The only thing I could fault is the app itself. It's very glitchy, and to me it's overcomplicated. So I most of the time fly with the Litchi app. Well, we're under a mile now on the way back, at 36% left. I will tell you, this is the furthest I've ever had him out, is today. So you guys have seen my personal record. the only reason I landed on this pad today is because I was doing this video for you guys. I always hand launch and hand land. So that's not normal for me to use. Well, it's an upside down rug. I don't have a landing pad because I never use one. Just hit 30%. 29. And I'm flying from my local county fairgrounds, which is in the city or town I live in. Very rural area. I'll start bringing him down as I'm coming in closer here.
Landing.